murder unarmed, innocent.
It's the real underground. We
Negroes
in the
the white
streets,
public
man. Y'all know what time it is.
to back
Every
them up.
Thursday, we got news, tools, and clues for you to use.
And some moves.
And some moves. I hit that share button, hit that share button, hit that share button. We're gonna pop the show out with some underground independent classics, man. It's the Arkansas B.O.B.L.R. Black Lives Don't Matter. It's 50th occasion, man. Shout out to everybody who came out to Juneteenth on this weekend.
Major event.
Yeah. We got special guest in the building, brother Wayne Burt.
Came up in 94.
Get ready.
All the banging was. Didn't have a father figure. All I had was streets and drugs. So naturally, my mentality had me go and get it. I'm trying to paint a picture here. Sit back and listen. My mom on dope, she didn't start smoking till she graduated. By the time I was 14, I knew but couldn't take it. So now I'm rebellious, learning what a scale is. Trying to sell some Yale to this fiend, now I'm selling. We keep on losing cause we think this the right way to go. They kill my ground for nothing. What happens if you got dope? I throw my rays on, reminiscing about Trayvon. Why all my people get killed cause of their skin tone. My hands is in the air, say a prayer for the fallen ones.
Hey man, y'all hit that share button.
That's somebody's son, just like my mama's son. Back to the story, pimp. Everything I touch, I flip. It's like I had a gift. See, I didn't know no better.
Hey, put in the comments where y'all at.
They gon' hate and try to rob, but tell it in the end. United we stand, divided we fall. But if we all come together, then united we ball. Hey, see, you's a black. They scared of us. We way too intelligent with our heart big as a bus. Why they keep killing us is something we need to discuss. Before I start a riot, nobody leaving but us.
It's the real underground, man. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know how we do every Thursday, man. Yeah. Y'all hear that? This is one of my favorite songs. I ain't gonna lie, man.
The message is real deep.
Hey, this is one of my favorite songs. I feel like this song should have blowed up, went viral, and did all types of stuff, especially when the Black Lives Matter movement was going on. But hey, it's still time. It's still stuff happening every single day. The movement is still going on. And speaking of the movement, man, we got a special guest in the building that's a part of the movement.
That's right.
Brother Wayne Burt. I don't know if y'all seen the billboards with the B.O.B.L.R. That's the TV over there. I heard some gunshots. I'm like, what them gunshots? It's the TV.
We left it on Respect Life.
Yeah. So check it out. We got brother Wayne Burt. If y'all seen the billboards and the promo going on with B.O.B.L.R. It's a whole entire movement that's going on. That shout out to brother Xavier that introduced me to him. It's just like people are your greatest asset. I met him on some music stuff, not even on some music. But really, I'm gonna tell you how it happened. Speaking of Juneteenth, Ebony called me and was like, "Hey, this guy looking for some positive music to. He tied in with some heavy people, and this guy Xavier don't do nothing with the music. He just want to get some Arkansas talent in the mix." So they called me. I'm like, yeah, I know plenty of people with some positive music, good music. And then Xavier told me about his other guy who got some things going on that I might need to holler at, which was the guy you see in front of us, Mr. Wayne Burt. I went over to the 12th Street, right next door to Pig Pack, is where his community is the center. What's the name of your place over there?
Young Adult Opportunity Center.
Young Adult Opportunity Center. What is a Young Adult Opportunity Center?
Well, we're basically in the business of helping our people. Bottom line, if you're in need of housing, in the need of chemical dependence help, counseling, anything that you in need of, you can come to the Young Adult Opportunity Center basically and get some help. Our main mission is to develop and come up with violence reduction strategies.
Violence reduction strategies.
Yes, sir. That's our main piece right there.
How long you been over that location doing that?
At that location, I've been there for 6 years, but I've been in this work for 40.
40.
Yes, sir.
How did you get into before we get to the B.O.B., first I'll tell them what the B.O.B.L.R. stand for.
B.O.B.L.R. is a violence reduction strategy, and it stands for Black on Black Love and Respect.
Black on black.
Love and respect.
Love and respect.
beautiful.
Cause he was saying, and as your flyer state, explain B.O.B.L.R.
Well,
Like the movement.
the movement. That's why we call it a movement. B.O.B.L.R. is a movement. This is not a short period of time. We're going to make this out of a movement. That means that over a period of time, we're going to get the message out to our community that the bottom line here is that we have to turn up the volume on the way we treat one another. It's just that simple. Black on black, love and respect. Join the movement. And since we're there already, let me just share with you what we have to say about why black on black, love and respect is an important component to what it is that we have to focus on. The back of the flyer says this: the clinical definition of self-hatred is an intense dislike of one's self or group. The only way we, black people, could perpetrate and tolerate such high levels of crime and self-murder in our community is because we suffer from clinical self-hatred. Self-hatred can be taught to a people through the educational institutions, the religious institutions, through television, movies, and the music. Yes, we have been taught to hate ourselves from everywhere, even the legal system. We must counter the extreme examples of dislike for ourselves with extreme examples of love for ourselves. In other words, black on black, love and respect, a movement.
And you feel like that is the root of, cause when I went over there and he started telling me about what's going on and his movement, I was like, hey man, we got something similar going on with this black quit and this black before crack. And I told him about black quit and black before crack. And you know, we always circle around and talk about this every show, but he was talking about that and I was like, so you feel like the teaching we've been taught, programmed subconsciously maybe to
the root. You said it right. Yeah. The root. See, there's only one of two positions that you can take when it comes to understanding the plight of the black community. One of only two. Mm-hmm. Either you believe that we are the most backward, the most inept, the most ignorant people to ever be on the planet Earth. Mm-hmm. Or something is being done to us.
No, we're not the first one.
No, we're not. Dr. Claude Anderson has already tapped in with this. I mean,
so something is being done to us.
Yeah.
Something clearly is being done to us because clearly we're not the most inept, we're not the most ignorant people, but our behavior suggests it.
Definitely.
Because we're not doing any of the things that all the other ethnic groups do for success. For some reason, we don't have the ability to work together.
Yeah.
There's no unity among our community.
Yeah.
And we have the ability to not shed real tears over the pain that's in our community. When you look and see, we get a lot of pain. So something is being done to us. And what my position is that when you say this is the root cause, listen, this is a strategy that's been done, that has been used on us. This is a very scientific oppression that we are suffering from. It's scientific.
They were playing chess.
It's a chemical, mental warfare, psychological warfare.
And they have updated the methods. Are y'all familiar with COINTELPRO?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's now called Black Identity Extremism.
Black Identity Extremism. I like that.
They changed the name of it. It's just factual. They just say we can't call it COINTELPRO no more. We got to call it something else because they found out about it. Let's change the name.
Yeah.
And keep it going.
And that's what I'm telling you. That's what they do. Because see, the goal of what COINTELPRO was to what?
To keep us from having a black Messiah, keep us from unifying.
Destabilize or otherwise prevent the acquisition of power
for black people
among black folk. Destabilize, prevent, and neutralize the striving for power. And that's what the goal is. And now that goal has shifted. Of course, you just said it. It's another name that they're using. But the goal is the same.
Still the same goal.
Yes.
Don't let them get into any positions of power. And so what's a better way? One of the greatest books that you can read is called Blueprint for Black Power by Amos Wilson.
Dr. Amos Wilson.
Blueprint for Black Power by Amos Wilson. And Dr. Amos Wilson says that our self-hatred is a defense mechanism for whites. They use it. It's a defense mechanism. Because once you hate yourself, you're going to do all the damage that you need to yourself.
For yourself.
And don't be a problem to them.
Yeah.
And then they can equip you. And that's why we're so lamenting the murder among us, brother. Once you get us completely into the mold of disrespect of self, then you can add weapons to that mix. Because they know that you're not going to use the weapons on anybody but yourself.
Yeah.
True.
And that's why this is a counter to that. Because if you love yourself and if you respect yourself, then we are actually put down weapons against one another. We won't do it because we'll have the love and respect. Now, the reason we don't have as much love as we need to is because the respect level is so low. Do you know, brother, we done got to the point among black folk, and this is what I say, this is the basics. I want you to start at the basics with black on black love and respect. We done got to the point, brother, where we will walk by another black man and don't speak.
We've talked about that time and time again. Me and him, we take a lot of road trips, and on the road trip, he won't let you go to sleep, so we forced to talk.
That's not us, man. We never did that.
But like when I had mentioned to you, and like we don't talk about before, like that's where it comes in, and we don't know that we are all this one. We ain't got that togetherness, that community. So if I don't know it might be my cousin, or we kin each other.
That's
We
correct.
all, you know what I'm saying?
So,
of course, it's fuck you.
That's correct.
I'm not even knowing that. That's my mama's cousin, little nephew.
So what's at the root of that? How is it that we don't have that information?
Miseducation. We forgot that me and you got off the boat together, and you went to Maryland and I went to South Carolina. We forgot that. Like,
Because we could be blood relatives.
Yeah.
Us three here.
Yeah.
We got different last names that we go under.
Yeah.
But we could be blood relatives. Why? Because mother had 3 boys.
and they all got sold to different.
And
lots.
they all got sold to different people. One got sold to Mr. Burke. One got sold to
Elliot.
Mr. Elliott.
Mr. Johnson.
And one got sold to Mr. Johnson.
Yeah.
Blood brothers.
And we never seen each other again.
See?
Nor did our kids. And when they did see each other again, it was 30 years later, and we ready to kill each other.
Yeah.
And that's the reality, though, of not educating yourself. See, the biggest problem we got is we don't educate ourselves.
It starts with ourselves and in our own household.
Or in our community, we put it in somebody else's hands. Like
school.
I expect the school to tell you everything about you.
And they got their own agenda.
That's why I put it on here. The institutions that we have encountered, that's where the self-hatred is being taught at. It's taught in the religious institution. Now, I ain't got to tell you that the biggest image on the religious institution of how you got self-hatred there, right?
Yeah.
They put the white Jesus up and telling you that's God's son.
Yeah.
Then you naturally understand, well, if that's God's son, then God must look like, you make that natural connection.
Subliminal.
It's subliminal. Through television, through the educational institutions. Well, how did they teach you self-hatred in education? Well, all of us went to school, and when did black people show up in your history books? In slavery.
Never before
slavery.
No.
Black folks showed up in slavery.
Yeah, no Kush Kingdom, no home man.
And there was no pumping out the chest over slavery.
Yeah.
That's a shrink back mode right there. What?
That was slick.
And then some of us, even today's young people, have a level of disrespect for the adults who went through slavery because they say, where in the hell I'd been no slave.
Yeah.
And that's their spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're not back there then.
Yeah.
There's a movie that is one of the best movies I used to show to young people. It was called Brother Future. Y'all look it up and look at that. It's called Brother Future. It's a young brother. It's the movie is about a young brother from today that gets transported back in time during slavery.
Hey, I wanted to make a movie kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Because think about if you go back in time with some of the stuff that you got now. What would you do? How would you react?
That's what this film is about.
I can tell you 9 out of 10 of them wouldn't have followed Harriet Tubman. 8 out of 10 wouldn't have followed Nat Turner.
No.
Like, I believe that for the type of people we got right now, like, you know what I mean? Like he said, we don't understand or respect the past. Like, there's no way a preacher could teach me about Moses and I sit still. So if I learn about Nat Turner and Harriet Tubman and I'm still killing my people, something got to be wrong with me psychologically. I got to be cool with the... We've been terrorized, man.
That's the word.
Before. We've been terrorized.
That's the word.
And when you terrorized, you'll do anything to keep them from snatching your fingernails off or hitting you with the hot rod.
That's the word.
So I even beat my kids in front of you to keep. You ever watched Birth of a Nation? The lady told Nat Turner's mother, "Hey, Nat know how to read," and she said, "I'm gonna beat him good when I get home."
And
said,
that's
no.
That's why the self-hatred is also in the legal system. See, the message has already been passed out. You know how much time you get for murdering another black man. And how much time you get from murdering a white man. That message is out there.
Yeah.
You already know.
You're going to throw the key away on your ass.
They're going to throw the key away. And that message is in our young people, and they already know. I'm not going to go out there.
I ain't going to do that.
I ain't going to do that. And so this self-hatred thing is a real entity, and it is thick, and it is in our community. And the antidote to it
I was just going to ask you that.
Is self-love.
So self-love, how do we start the self-love?
Like I said, we want to start out at the very beginning. Turn the volume up a little. Most of us are already doing this, but what we want you to do is turn up the volume on how we treat each other purposefully. I'm going to tell you what I did once. I was not once, I did this the other day. I was at the dollar store. There was a sister in front of me, and she was buying her toiletries. Mm-hmm. She was getting her toothpaste and, the kind of thing. She had about 3 children with her, and her bill came to about $18. And I said, when they rung it up, I said, I got that.
Paid for it.
Paid for it. And gave her one of these cards. I say, sister, this is black on black, love and respect. See, some of us can afford to do that. Mm-hmm. Okay. I saw a brother walking down the street, didn't know him, pull over. Brother, you headed that way? I'm headed that direction. Let me give you a ride. Boom. Put a card on it, B.O.B.L.R. As he was riding to his spot, he read the card. Tears gathered in his eyes.
Planted the seed.
Takes planting the seed.
You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is the call is for all of us to start being purposeful on how we treat each other. Mm-hmm. And just turn up the volume just a little bit. I told some brothers I was in the barbershop the other day, I said, sometimes you beefing with a brother. And I said, B.O.B.L.R. means give a nigga a pass.
Yeah.
Don't beef with him. Let him go. Let it drop. It ain't that big a deal. And they start laughing because I hit a nerve, Give a nigga a pass, Don't do it.
If we ain't beefing over liberation of our people, we beefing over the wrong thing.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We already congested and caught up with who winning the championship and what college dude going to. Dr. Amos Wilson said it best, and I'm glad he brought
yes,
it
sir.
up.
Yes, sir.
They're going to stop hiring us.
Oh, man, yeah, man. Listen.
We're not even producing to go work at our own place. When your son get out of college, I'm Uncle Darren. He's supposed to be able to come work for me, but we don't own anything. We gave up civil rights for economic being involved. I want to be able to come to your store and your business and your building. They gave up my community too, because now my dollars aren't in my community. And anybody I ever fought, because y'all told me to go fight them, they own the stores in my neighborhood.
And you can teach that. You can teach against that, but we don't have access to the classrooms where you're mandated to be. See, the classroom is where you're mandated to go. And that's where you're not able to take these lessons of economics 101. That's all that is. Economics 101. Your dollars are supposed to circulate within your own community
7 times.
And then you're supposed to try to attract other dollars into your community. That's how the economic system works. But we are free agents. Our dollars are free agents. They don't belong to nobody. You'll go, that's what I said a minute ago. I said, I'm an ethnic consumer. And we try to get all of our people to become ethnic consumers. Everybody in America is and are ethnic consumers. An ethnic consumer spends their money with their own people first. And then if they can't find their own people who is selling that good or providing that service, then you go outside of your community and spend that money. But you purposefully look to spend your money with your own community first if you are an ethnic consumer. Just a consumer looks for the best deal.
Speaking of community, in our community, we want to give a shout out to our sponsor for the night. Our sponsor for the night, Black Beauty Vibrations Botanica, Miss Ebony Irby. She dropped off these King Vibes, which is natural Viagra. Cialis, as Dirt would say. You know what I'm saying? If y'all are looking for any herb supplement, all natural products, y'all tap in with blackbeautyvibrationsbotanica.com. You can find Miss Ebony Irby on Facebook, Instagram, or blackbeautyvibrations.com. Or I believe she has a Facebook page and Instagram page for the business as well. But we're going to try these King Vibes.
King Vibes.
And we're going to let y'all know next week the effects of the King
Listen,
Vibe.
we got 3 packs of them right here, right? I got some for the petty game. So Tag T and Bryce. Now, matter of fact, the whole Real Underground staff.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Men than women.
We're going to give some to these men. We're going to report back next week. We might even let Brother Wayne Burt go home with something.
Well, wait a minute. When I read the back in the instructions, it sounds like something that you take on a regular basis.
Yes.
Okay. It's not like
It's not like one.
It's not for the moment. It's for the,
yeah.
It's for
man.
just a regular.
So you gotta take these. We need to ask her how long do I gotta take these before I see. You know what I'm
For the
saying?
information she gave me, we take them on a regular basis.
We gonna get.
And anytime that time comes,
Yeah.
if you had an hour worth of
stay
stamina
ready, so you ain't gotta
before,
get ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had an hour worth of stamina before, now you got 3.
So we gonna give everybody a week supply. It's 2 a day, so we'll take 2 a day.
2
So
a day.
everybody get 14 pills.
Yeah, everybody get
I know that's what you was thinking because when I read it, I said, "Wait a minute, this is not what he was."
I'm gonna have to give you a whole pack then, brother Burt. Hey, but yeah, everybody, man, we're gonna put her information on our Instagram page. You can go follow her. But yeah, shout out to Spin Within. You feel what I'm saying?
Very much so. Spin Within.
Buy Within. But shout out to Black Wall Street. If y'all don't know, we used to have our own economic system in places like Black Wall Street. That was in Tulsa.
Man, Elaine, Arkansas, Blacksville, Arkansas, McCrory, Arkansas, Augusta, Arkansas. I have studied these places.
We didn't have no choice though, but it was segregated, so we had to make our own
True
stuff. But when it started prospering,
somebody
motherfuckers like,
see
hold up
prospering,
now.
Like, first of all, people,
Forced unity is what I call that.
you got to remember that the dollar is a contract. We was locked out of contract. We were locked out of being in court and locked out of any kind of binding contract where we could win, except for the sharecropping contract. Now the dollar is the new contract, and the new sharecrop is Walmart or Kroger's or wherever you at. I'm gonna work you till you don't want to work no more, and if you don't work, no, I don't whoop you with no whip. Cut your lights off, cut your water off.
But y'all made a good point there because at one time we had a focus on developing our communities. In other words, we were doing what other ethnic groups are doing today. Mm-hmm. We had our own community, we were spending money in our own community, and we was developing our communities, but that was because we were locked out of the major community. So what the question becomes is, can we get to that point again without being locked out? See, the civil rights movement was a success because it eliminated the barriers to you. To us going where we needed to go and spend where we needed to spend. But we misunderstood. Yeah. See, Charles Hamilton Houston, who was the architect of the so-called Brown versus Board of Education and all of the movements to integrate, he wasn't interested in integration. That's a misnomer. Charles Hamilton Houston was interested in
equality.
One word that wouldn't come out. It was not integration, but
assimilation?
No, sir.
Not desegregation. It was
desegregation. Thank you. You said it, brother. Desegregation is what he was interested in, not integration.
Okay.
See, integration caused us to dismantle our things and go and support theirs.
Yeah.
Desegregation was just that effort to eliminate the laws from preventing you free movement.
Okay.
So he wanted desegregation, end segregation, not integrate.
Yeah.
See, we experienced it. If y'all from Little Rock, we had a Black Wall Street here. There was Black Wall Street.
9th Street.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere.
Black Wall Street was all over the country. We had a Black Wall Street here. It was called 9th Street. And then when they pushed for integration, where we can now go out west and spend our money.
Folk 9th Street.
It folded up. But see, we can teach against that, though. See, if you had education, your schools, that you can train your young people and train your people to think properly. Because see, right now, we're just simply not thinking properly. That's all the problem is. It's our thinking. And it all begins with, though, since we are so far behind, we at the point of literally murdering each other. So we've got to deal with that first. We got to deal with this whole problem of how can we kill one another when we both are on the same plantation?
On the same
hypermasculinity. That's the word. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I'm too masculine. I'm too hyped up.
That's right.
Why come I'd rather shoot you than shake your hand? That's
Yes.
gotta be crazy. The problem with that is the black man is no longer in the home. I was raised by my mama. At 14, I became the man of the house, and I ain't supposed to be no man at 14. I'm supposed to be a 14-year-old. I'm checking the niggas she date, whoever come through the door. I think this is hyper. My mama's not telling me to calm down either.
No, she's not.
You the man of the house, boy. That's what she tell every 14-year-old from
And
Cleveland,
that is
Chicago.
a part of your natural development now. You have to understand that teenage boys, and I tell women this all the time, boys outgrow control of mother. You outgrow. Once you catch the belt, like I used to do,
Yeah.
go on with that, mama.
It don't even hurt no
Then
more.
the daddy got to step in, but more
Daddy
daddy.
got to
But
step
if daddy's not there,
Exactly. It's
That's
over.
correct.
and
That's
if we
correct.
ain't even talking the disciplinary fact that we talking about protecting the home, what I look like grabbing the gun and jump to the door, my daddy here. I don't got to do that. My daddy here. But if daddy's not there, I'm too hyped. Now I'm 18 making babies and I ain't got an education. Now I'm 21 ready to kill you and we ain't even put together to get no business
When you
together.
say daddy has to step in, my son, y'all know him, Rich. He turned into Tupac Shakur when he was a teenager, and his mama had gave him some instructions about something. He said, "I said I'll get to it when I," and stormed out the house. And I went out the back door and met him down the street.
That's what it takes.
And double up on him. To-do.
That's what it takes.
But think if you weren't there to double up on it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And now we're gonna double back around to black before crack. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir. Yes,
okay, when crack hit, y'all know we always circle back around. So, you know what I'm saying? We had slavery. We came out of slavery. We started making progress. We started having black Wall Streets, and we started prospering. They were sitting back with COINTELPRO and thinking, like, how can we stop these niggas, man? What? They had all kind of chess moves going. So think about how crack, just that one particular play, affected us all the way to 2022 to where it took uncles,
Yes, sir.
daddies,
Out of
all
the
these
neighborhood.
men out of the house.
Yes, sir.
And all these people had to grow up and raise themselves. Then they kids grew up and was raised by somebody who wasn't even raised. So how can you teach somebody some shit that you don't even know?
Man, it's a crash course, you know, and it's a lot of give and take, and you gotta be humble. You gotta have a lot of humility, no vanity, because you'll snap on your own people, be ready to choke one of them out because they can't get it. They don't understand. I'm trying to save you, brother. That's what we was talking about the movie earlier. That's what Malcolm was saying in the movie. Like, we don't got time to be playing. Do you see what's going on around us? Oh, you fucked up about who won the championship.
And that reality is with us. Y'all are speaking to a reality that I experienced. I had a gang intervention program in the 90s. And y'all know the 90s was really bad, right? And the one thing about the 90s, though, that was better than they are today is in the 90s, we had people who were in charge. You could get a sit down. You could, because you had people who was, you had a guy who was in charge of them, some cats.
Yeah.
And you can get with him and say, yo, man, we got an issue. I need to sit down. And you got a blood guy who's in charge of some cats. And you could get with him and we could have a sit down and take to the bottom of something. But now it's all free agents, man.
Free agents.
Everybody for self.
Everybody for themselves, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody submitting to nobody.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. What's going on in Chicago and why Chicago
sir.
is the way
Yes,
it
sir.
is with the GDs and the BDs.
Yes,
like
sir.
Larry Hoover. I even asked some of them guys like this from Chicago. I know a lot of people there. I was like, if you think Larry Hoover was to get out of jail, could he make a difference? They were like, hell no.
That's too
They
far
ain't been
gone.
listening.
Yeah.
They ain't been
Too far
listening to
gone.
him.
And everybody's strapped too. See, that's the other problem. See, everybody is got a gat, and that's what that power comes from. Because that gun, it talks to you.
It make them feel. Yeah, gun do something. They got their gun on their
It
hip.
does.
It make you feel like you somebody else.
It does.
And
bro.
imagine a race of people who never totally experienced power, who faking it, who really don't know what power is. So a gun killing you, robbing you,
Feel like power.
feel like power.
And you add to that straightened or tight economic conditions. And see, that's a hell of a mix, right?
Very much so. Ghettos are government orchestrated, redlining, putting the freeway through
What they call
all
gerrymandering? Ain't they got something to do with that shit?
They put the freeway through every prominent black neighborhood
Yeah.
from Watts to Little Rock, and that was called the New Deal. That was a plan.
Now, if we kicking these facts like this over these airways, that means that knowledge is known, okay? How then do we continue to allow it to happen to us?
Because we not content, but even us right here talking about it is a step. But it's like we got to continue to, like we say, control the dial and continue. Like we ain't just up here using these airways to just talk about some nonsense. We gonna like
That's right.
the things you doing over here on 12th Street at your spot. We gotta really be in the trenches. We gotta be the ones informing, educating. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause if we don't,
Each one teach one is
each
what
one
you're saying?
yeah.
And so what happens is that, like I say, I've got my candle lit, and I go around lighting other candles.
Most definitely.
And that's the whole goal. When you got your candle lit, you got some light on your candle, 'cause we all little lights, right? And what you got to do is you got to light another candle. And that's the goal. See, that's what we're trying to do with B.O.B.L.R. And the reason why we call it a movement is because we want to saturate the community. And it's going to start from the top down. We got to do it from the top down to get it down to the street level, to where we who are in position and we who have in jobs and we who are employed, we are the ones that's going to turn the volume up on how we treating each other so that they can see it too. and then it'll get down to the street level. I'm gonna tell you this: I have had zero pushback on this concept. And I'm gonna tell you the best place when I put these flyers out at is at the service stations. See, the service stations got every level of black folk come to them.
True.
The middle class black man is at the service station.
The
street niggas at the service station.
Yeah.
Everybody's at the service station, right? And so every time I get a flyer out to these brothers, that the street brothers, I call them the shooters. Every time I see the shooters, I get a shooter's boy.
Yeah.
I said, that's a car full of shooters right there. I pass them out. What you got, old school? I said, B.O.B.L.R. What that stand for? Black on black, love, respect. Oh, I'm with that. With that, right? Zero pushback. Because we all know that we need this.
Yeah, we know we need help.
We know. It's just, how do we get there? What are the practical steps to getting there?
Yeah.
Like this one brother told me when I told him in the barbershop to give a nigga a pass, and he said, yo, man, I'm with this too, but I ain't gonna be the first one put mine down.
That's what it is normally.
But the thing is, you're going to have to be, like, you got to set an example, lead by example.
That's
type
right.
Of thing.
That's why I said it's going to come from the top down. Gil Scott, one of my favorite musicians. Y'all familiar with Gil Scott Heron, right?
Yeah.
Gil Scott got a song out called Gun, and he says in his hook, when the other folks give up theirs, I give up mine.
Man, I think that's very powerful.
And that's it.
That's a powerful message.
Yes, sir.
I think a lot of our problem is the people who are trying to liberate, the people who are pushing positivity. We don't have a meeting spot like the nightclub.
How do we
don't
get
have
to them? Yeah,
we don't have the meeting
right.
location like.
That's right.
Like, how you even get involved in a gang, man? Where y'all met at? What was y'all going? I mean, you 13. Where did you go to get involved that I couldn't have came and got you to bring you over here? And we don't have it over here. The sanctuary left. That's what the black church was.
You always be talking about that sanctuary.
Yeah, we don't have the sanctuary. The black church was a sanctuary. It wasn't about.
So right now we ain't got no sanctuary for the
man,
movement.
It wasn't about black Jesus and getting baptized. When them folk broke away and did the AME church, they plan was to get in this room and talk about how we finna get black people something. We don't own anything. Without ownership, you can't even get an army.
Bro, that's an absolute true. Listen, here's the difference, though. In the 90s, we had a sanctuary. It was called the Step Up Center. And the city of Little Rock was paying us to have intervention programs. And at my spot, I was out in Southwest, I had folks and I had Crips, okay? Everybody knew, and I even had a gun basket at my shop, in my spot. You know, I know you need your strap when you leave here, but you can't bring it up in here. And so they would put their pistols in the basket, in the gun basket, right? And then we would have these sit-downs. We'd have these sessions about what's going down, right? So if something happened in the community, and they said, Brother Wayne, this is brewing, man. I can tell you right now, if we see him, we're going to be on site, right? And then I'd get in touch with another cat that was in another neighborhood who had folks who had Bloods, maybe Pyru or something, right? I said, yo, man, who you know in that set that we can get together with and sit down and get this beef out the way? And we was able to do that kind of thing because we had sanctuaries. We had a place where you could come where there was guaranteed not to be no violence, okay? You got to respect the center, okay? And we was able to do that. Well, they outgrew that. We got to the point where they don't even come to those programs anymore. We got to the point where the people that we were hiring to run the programs don't even want to deal with those kind of cats no more, right? So they filled up the programs with the good kids. And the other cats went to the street. So I came up with the concept of we need a street intervention team. And that's what I run now. I run a street intervention team. I got 4 men, all former prisoners, right? They all did big time. And that's what we do. We find the cats that's in the street to try to penetrate that and to develop that sanctuary that you're referring to. Because it's hard, because you can't reach them. Where are they? Where do you get to them at, right? And that's what we try to do with that street team.
I think that's where the real underground can come in and help you at, though. And me and myself, like, we in the streets. Name of the radio show is In the Street.
That's right.
And like a lot of like what be going on, and a lot of people who that person I can call over here. Like, I'm a real neutral person. Like I can probably do some shit that the next person can't do. I can call over here and holler at this person or call this person who know this person, and like I can pull I think my greatest asset is bringing people together connecting dots. You feel what I'm saying? So
and you got an economic thrust as well. You're an entrepreneur in spirit. And so that's the other key. I would always tell the young people that I work with, I said, listen, bro, I don't care what's going down. Your key to this thing is you got to stay legal. Okay?
Legit.
You got to stay legit, man. I know you got to make your money. And we got to earn money in America. This is America. This is capitalism, right?
Joe Kennedy.
You got to have some money coming in. But you got to make your money legally. And that's where we falter. We don't have enough legal opportunities for our young people to earn money. And they turn away from school because school ain't giving them nothing. In other words, I tell them that y'all can tell there's some shit in the game, but you don't know what the shit is.
Yeah.
And so you get played. So that means you walk away from school and you don't have no skills. You don't have no way of earning legal money. So the only avenue you got is to hustle. And the hustle game, I tell them all the time, the police been policing longer than you've been hustling.
Man,
they know all of the tricks and trades of the hustle game.
You're only good as your next play.
And you set up. See, you set yourself up because now you got to be in it. So we need our people to understand that our young people are trapped into this life cycle that they're in. Because ain't nobody having no pity on you. If you ain't got no money, you cannot get the goods or the services.
So what three things your three top priorities you say right now if you had a genie lamp, you want to try and get these three top priorities done to further this B.O.B.L.R. as well as the overall agenda is, you know what I'm saying, bringing back unity, self-love, the whole economic thing, you know what I'm saying? What three things that you think is top of the priority list that, like you said, is it the sanctuary? Is it what three things we need to do right now?
Well, one is this right here. What we're doing right now is to have a reach into the population of young people that we want this message to reach.
Dialogue.
That's why you are so important. That's why I appreciate what Brother Xavier did and telling you about me to put us together. Because see, that's one of my laments about our struggle in America is that we don't have continuity of struggle. See, I've been in work for 40 years. I'm supposed to be able to be turning somebody else on to the work. And so that we can link up, right, and have some kind of consistency with the struggle. But what we end up doing is because we don't have any continuity to our struggle, this generation get disconnected from this generation, and therefore they repeat the same mistakes. Mistakes that we have already went through and learned.
Then they ain't have to go through it.
They wouldn't have to go through
Nobody passing the baton. Or
right.
when he tried to pass it, I'm too arrogant, too full of myself, didn't take it.
And that's one of the things is there's no continuity of struggle. So this right here, having the access to, having the voice into that community that we really need to reach, because our community is not hateful of truth.
Keep going, please.
When you start talking truth to our young people, they give you respect.
True.
They don't have no problem with that.
Nobody.
They like, go ahead, old school, keep talking. You know, they with that. So reaching into that community that needs it the most, connecting us up with one another is very vital and very important. Because, in other words, what I say is the holes, the traps are there. They can't make you do it, but you step into those traps. And that's because you're ignorant of the traps. Old school people in front of you that already navigated through that, they can point it out to you. Yo, bro, here's what you need to do, okay? So getting that is the first thing. Secondly, we have got to, because we are in crisis mode right now, not just in Little Rock. Bro, I got people in Miami. I got people in Chicago. I got people in Austin, Texas. I got people in Atlanta, Georgia. I got people in Houston, Texas. This is going on all throughout the country. We are at an alarmingly high murder rate among our young people. Okay? So we've got to get something in. And this is what my opinion is it. It is the self-hatred piece that we've got to address. Because once you get to the point where you don't feel no pain over murdering your own people, we got to address that.
We don't even feel pain when we see it. We watch it on the internet. We desensitized to it.
Have been completely desensitized to
Me
it.
and Dirk was talking some weeks ago. We had another brother in here on the same subject line, and I want to ask you this: what age group are we supposed to reach out to these children? Because I watch them at 13 smoking cigarettes and blunts and got a pistol on them. That like the little boy on
Is it too late for 13?
Is it too like when we?
Bro said you got to start at 6.
Yeah.
Well, I people tell me that all the time, and I say, well, that's true. You do the earlier you start, the better. But we still have those who are already in it that needs to be saved as well.
Can they be saved?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe they can.
They can be saved.
The truth will set you free.
And the other thing is this: if you can employ them, you can get their interest. Okay? Because see, this is America, y'all. It's all about making some money.
Capitalism.
Man. You got to have some money in the land of milk and honey, y'all.
That's how they got industries.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why they got industry. And so we overlooking that economic piece, which is very important and very vital. What we do is we say, well, come to my program and I'll give you some skills to teach you how to go and beg some white people to employ you.
Dr. Amos Wilson said it best. And if they ever say, hey, we tired of them.
Then that's what they're saying now.
We are.
They're not saying we're tired of them as much as they're saying we're afraid of them.
They're showing us. They're showing us. We've hyperextended the laws. We've done every law we can to keep them back, and they just kill each other pretty soon. They go, man, we just got to stop dealing with them.
We've got to develop industry to absorb our people, bro. And there's no way around that. Because if them youngsters, once they find out you just talking noise and you ain't got no way in which I'm going to earn some money, then they lose interest in you, man. And that's why we don't have their ears at this point. Because they look at us and say, oh, man, I can't. You ain't got no plan for me to make no money.
Yeah.
And they're out there doing that whole thing of trying to earn money their own ignorant way, stepping in all the traps, throwing their lives away. Next thing you know, you got a 40-year sentence. Okay? And so it is up to who I call the so-called educated class of our people. The educated class are the ones who really have dropped the ball and gone on. See, they done went to these jobs and they done worked for 30 years and they done got a watch and they retired and they ain't trying to do nothing else. They taking vacations.
So are those people we need to be trying to work with?
We need to do those too. Yes, sir.
Because they are the actual, they financially endowed.
That's correct. They are the ones who hold the key to what we have to get.
Top up, down, like you were saying.
Yes, sir. We got to reach them because they, with some kind of way though, we got to turn on the heart of empathy.
Because they got a cold heart, right? Yeah. A blackened heart, a callous heart.
I made it. You can too. Is
because of what they have, because what they've seen. See the news every night showing you, oh, he shot so and so, or he gunned down so and so, or you might be in at a service station pumping your gas, and one of them starts shooting at the service station. Now you got to dive up under your car.
Oh, you done been a victim of some of the shit.
You believe that everything the news say about those people,
absolutely,
even if they look like you, it's
but
true.
They our children. They us, okay? And we don't have a plan. You know, I say this often. The only plan that exists for our young people is developed by the police department.
Yeah, they got two boys. They got one boy with ESPN and one boy with FBI. You pick a poison. Either you hoop for us and we let you in because we let you in. We don't. You know how many Kobe Bryants it is in my neighborhood?
What about the music industry?
Yeah,
there's some systematic shit going on
We pick
too.
You and let you in.
But they flipped the music industry to where it literally works against us.
That's what I'm saying. There's some systematic shit going on right now with that.
Commercial appeal to kill.
I got a piece that I do. A friend of mine, we got the presentation, and we call it Men in Black, and it stands for Mentors in Blackness. Okay, and we got a piece that we do that's called Hip Hop, Friend or Foe. And we walk them through hip hop. We start out in the beginning on how it was all about bragging and you know, sucker MC, you know,
positivity, black power, now
all that. And now you have to understand that somebody saw that positivity and somebody saw that potential for it to turn minds, and they got to work. And they did, and that's what I don't know if y'all old enough to have grown up with Baby Huey. I call it the Baby Huey complex. Y'all don't remember Baby Huey.
Yeah, we're too young.
Baby Huey, yeah, y'all too young. Baby Huey was this cartoon that we grew up on. And Baby Huey was this gray big bird. And he was bigger than the other birds, the ducks. And the fox was trying to kill the little ducks until he saw the big duck. And he said, I'm going to kill him. But he was unsuccessful trying to kill Baby Huey because he was too big and indestructible. He would drop big anvils on his head, or he would put him in an oven and everything. And Baby Huey was too naive to understand that the fox was trying to kill him. Until the end of the cartoon, Baby Huey would say, "Oh, you're the fox, and I think you're trying to kill me." And he would take care of business and he would deal with the fox.
Yeah.
But Baby Huey, that's us. We got the Baby Huey complex. We don't understand
these folks trying to kill
that
us.
the fox is trying to kill you.
Oh no! Better yet, we don't understand that it's the government. We don't
That's the
understand.
Fox.
Yeah, we don't understand that the politics. I'm Democrat. I'm a
No,
Republican.
it's people out here that really like not even us be like they ain't
trying
trying
to
to
do
do
that.
They ain't trying
Yeah.
to do that.
They ain't trying to do that.
No, why would they do that? That's the government.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm so disgruntled and unhappy with the crew of politicians these days in Black America. That is just.
Let me ask you this: like, where politics is where we lack at too. We don't have people. We don't have our foot a stronghold in politics. And remember, I asked the question. We all be asking the question like, where are our Martin Luther Kings and Malcolm X's? Like, we don't even have the people. Like, we got Farrakhan out here doing this thing, but like, where are the other people out here when something happens? Who is out here speaking up?
We don't have it. We haven't producing it anymore. Yeah. Matter of fact, I got a thing I say about today's politicians, and I say that they are self-interested, unsophisticated, scared to death, bullshit artists.
Minstrel show puppets.
Self-interested. First of all, they're interested only in
self-motives.
What they're going to get out the deal. They are unsophisticated because they don't really have a grasp of the deepness of the problems that they so-called talk about. And they're scared to death because most of them are dependent on some job or something, right? And they're scared they might lose their job. And then when you boil it all the way down, they bullshit artists.
That's what politicians, the definition kind of is.
And so that's why I'm so disappointed in them. And we're not producing those that you just defined. We don't know. We don't have a Adam Clayton Powell. No. We don't have people who are in politics who can really see what's going on and actually articulate what the issues are.
And these people are lawyers and they know the history. Excuse me for cutting you off. These people are lawyers and they know I can file a suit right now. I can go to the UN about what's going on with Black people. Right now, I'm Cory Booker. I'm such and such. I'm Kamala Harris.
And for instance, we've got a mayor, Frank Scott, who is clearly not an enemy to the Black community. Frank Scott is not a bootlicking guy. He is not a guy that will cut deals that's going to harm the Black community. But he gets zero support from the Black community. Now, he's the mayor over the entire city, and so therefore, in Little Rock, here's the deal that Little Rock Black folks have made. White folks have given us this deal in Little Rock. This goes for everybody that's in politics or got any kind of job. This is the deal. White folks say to us, if you mind your business, nigga, I'll let you make some money.
And you can't make it over here.
That's the deal that we are all under in Little Rock. Mind your business, nigga, and I'll let you make some money.
Let you make some money. And most motherfuckers gonna be like,
but you can't.
That's what they do
over here.
They mind their business. They don't get in nothing that's controversial that the white folks are running. They do it because in Little Rock got a rap on it. See, the power structure in Little Rock is all white. Okay, and Frank Scott is in the midst of that. And check this out. They done run off two of our police department people. They run the chief and the assistant chief off.
They were black.
Yeah. Because the FOP, what I call the Fraternal Order of Peckerwoods, they run this city.
They got the power that they can do it. And I can see it. And that's like the new Klan. If you wanted to be the new Klan, why not disguise it as politics and police?
And we had a brother here. He was the chief of police. His name was Chief Humphrey. He recognized it, and he started trying to change. They had the level of nepotism that was going on in the police department would frighten you. They were hiring their wives, because the detectives were all relatives and all of that kind of. And he came in and he changed that. He said you got to work. He said you got to be on the street at least a year before you can even qualify to get into being a detective. And man, they got so mad at him.
Get him out of here.
They chased him out. And you know what he did when he first got in town? He fired that white guy that killed Blackshire. You remember the brother that got killed by the white
Blakely Blackshire down,
Bradley Blackshire.
Brad.
Yeah.
He jumped on the hood and shot this man.
Yeah.
He was completely wrong for doing that. And that chief of police, Chief Humphrey, fired him because he said that he violated policy. There's no way you're supposed to get in front of a vehicle.
Moving.
And when he did that, he earned their raft right out the gate. That was the first week on the job. He said, "Oh, this nigga can't make it. He wrong
He
for
doing
that."
too much.
And then they said, "We're gonna put the pressure on the mayor to get rid of him." And when the mayor didn't get rid of him, they chained their weapons on him, on the mayor. And right to this moment, they mad at the mayor for that, for not firing that black chief of police. And they mad at him for that. And see, we don't understand. My community, black people, we won't accept yes for an answer, or we won't accept a victory for something, because there's no way that he's the first black person that was elected to mayor in this city. We've never had an elected black mayor before. And he was that. And I don't understand why we don't have this wild support for him.
We got miseducation.
Miseducation, yeah. We fear that. We fear supporting our own. And we don't
even know what's going on. We don't
know
know what he's doing,
on.
what kind of bills going on.
We don't know. You're right. That's what it is. We don't know.
We're not used to seeing ourselves in those positions, so
No,
we
we're
don't
not.
study them.
No, we
We don't carry. Hyman Rebels was the first
You're right.
senator elected to Congress from Mississippi, and we haven't had but maybe 2 since. We only got 2 now. And we had 9 in 1867, so we don't have a clue about what goes on in politics. That's why Biden can get on TV and say whatever, and black people just believe. Or Trump can say whatever, and black people say, I don't like him, but
And
we don't have a idea.
Y'all just told me y'all's age. See, y'all came up in totally integrated surroundings, right? Elementary school integrated, everything integrated, right? So y'all don't have that inferiority complex that comes with the older generation of black people. Y'all simply do not have it, because y'all know for a fact that these white children were not better than y'all. Y'all saw it. So that's not there. Well, Frank Scott come from y'all generation. He doesn't have that. And that's what's messing them up when he's being.
I can't believe he ain't bowing down.
Yeah, I can't believe he.
That messes him up. He tells them stuff like, y'all need to check out the board meeting sometime. He'll be talking, and some white man will get to trying to interrupt him. He'll say, "Excuse me, I'm talking."
Yeah, I know
like
he's mad.
That's like a slap in the face.
Yeah. Damn, nigga.
That's exactly what they be. And that's why they
smart.
can't stand him, because he's competent. He's a competent black politician. And he don't come across as bootlicking and bowing and stuff. And they hate him for that. No other reason. Because he hadn't done anything wrong, you know what I'm saying? But they hate him for that. And so, but our community doesn't recognize when we got somebody that we need to keep there.
For sure. Our community need to celebrate him, too. We have another black mayor in Forest City, Mayor Williams. We have Goldie Gaines running for state commissioner,
Yes, sir.
commissioner for state
Black
land.
Mayor El
We have black mayor El Dorado. We need to not so much support these people, but we need, or even put them on a pedestal, but the children need to see these people.
That's right.
They need to see them as who they are, and that's my Martin Luther King. That's my.
And I want to distinguish between black mayors and Negro mayors. Negro mayors don't do us no good, okay? Because that'd be a black face, and they're ruling like white folk do.
Yeah.
Give them permission, and so we can't get it. We can't even charge racism, because it's the black man that's doing it to you.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying to you is that Mayor Frank Scott is not a Negro mayor. I don't know these other mayors you're talking about,
Yeah.
because I agree with brother in principle that we need to hold up black mayors and hold up black politicians, but if they're not black,
And
I would need to get dead on their ass. If they got my skin color and they ain't with my skin color's agenda, we on your ass.
But they don't got no agenda. Their agenda is their agenda.
Yeah.
that's
But,
right.
but the reason I was asking that question to begin with, though, because I got a partner in El Dorado. I'm from South Arkansas, close to El Dorado, like in between El Dorado and Magnolia. And my partner named Andre Ruggs is a city councilman in El Dorado. He came
That's the
from
former
street.
football player.
He might did play
Andre
for
Ruggs, yeah, I
Andre
know.
Ruggs. So he is city councilman. He said he gonna run for mayor. But he was telling me about, like, El Dorado is like 60-70% black, but he was telling me, like, in the city council and all he's like
Outnumbered.
it's like 80% white. So how is
Outnumbered.
all these white people running a black town?
We
and then
we
he
got that same scenario here, bro.
and he telling me, like, how in these meetings, how when they allocating this money and doing,
Yeah, I voted.
You know what I'm saying? Of course they not going to look out for the blacks, but the blacks is in the town, so they taking this money and putting it in places that it don't benefit nobody in the town.
'Cause the agenda was never
and that's
black for us.
also a part of the reason why COINTELPRO is fast at work with destabilizing our community by destabilizing our youth, because every movement that usually is successful in America that black folk have been a part of have been done by the youth.
Yes.
Martin Luther King was just in his 20s. Stokely Carmichael,
I ain't realize that.
H. Rap Brown, these was 22, 23-year-old cats, man.
Fred Hampton was 21.
That's right. Fred Hampton, 21. These are youngsters, bro. And look, when they take your youth away from your movement, they take your power.
Yeah, they take the warrior.
They take the warrior, bro. And that's why they focus in on the youth because they know that's the energy, man.
Old man complacent.
That's right.
Or he too old to fight.
Or we say old men for counsel, young men for war.
True. That's what I would say.
So that's the key is that they say, look, we got a vast population of, and because they don't know how we producing these babies. That's the first thing they say. Damn, how these niggas are fertile.
Yeah.
So we steady making babies, right? And they just say, well, we're gonna have to deal with the fact that these babies are here, and we got to make sure that we thwart them in some form or fashion. And they got us thwarted, man. They got us turned. Do you know these youngsters now are murdering one another and keeping score?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's fun. They smoking the dead homies and all that. The prison industrial complex is fading. That's why
That's correct.
It's fading. So they put the guns in our hand. They got these drones and
Yes, sir.
They're gonna start having us at home confinement and things like that
They
because the
keeping
prison industrial
score,
complex
brother.
is fading. But the op rap and
They keeping score.
it's fun now.
When I mentioned about the music thing a while ago, like the systematic shit with the music, like, and I'm in depth with the music industry. I'm so in deep. But when I started, I used to watch people talk about, I used to be in the music industry, and I quit because I had a awakening. I was like, how the hell you done made it? Then I got to the point where when I realized what was going on, I'm almost like, this shit don't appeal to me no more. You know what I'm saying?
When I seen Malcolm X tell Sam Cooke, you just took some gospel songs and took the words off of it.
Yeah.
And I got to think about how important gospel music was to the struggle, how important gospel music was to all of our liberation. And if I was in a room, I'd pay you to take the words off those gospel songs and put Shake Your Tail Feather or whatever on it, because I know this is
that's the podium.
two things black people got. They got rhythm and how to jug the white man.
But we're back to the point of we're being acted upon, brothers and sisters.
Systematic.
Yeah, puppet string.
We're being acted upon. This condition doesn't just exist by osmosis because this condition that we're in has brains behind it.
Talking about like they playing chess.
Yes.
Very
And
much
we
so.
out here not even aware it's a game being played.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
we don't even know a game being played. And that's the point I was going to get to a second ago when I said that, listen, America, and this is one of the things that we have the hardest time achieving, and it's the key to us. America is a team sport, and we don't have a team.
No, at all.
You got to put a team together, bro.
We don't.
And we don't have a team. See, we got a bunch of individuals. I played team sports, and the only fight I had in team sports was when I had a guy on my team who was interested in the books after we done got beat by 35 points. He was just trying to find out how many points he scored. I'm like, man, and that shit bothered me. We trying to win as a team, and you ain't caring about nothing but your own self.
Yeah.
And so that's what we got. We got a few of us on our team making 30 a night, but the team getting blowed out.
Yeah. Blow it out.
Blowed out. And we got to put together a team. And we marvel at the other teams. Wow, look at what the Latino doing. We marvel at them because they got a team and they come in and they know how to operate and do what they do. And we not even.
Hey, that's a really big word. We marvel at a lot of shit. And we don't study anything.
Right.
It's that little gray area.
Yeah.
I looked
We just
at
say,
it,
wow.
but I never studied it. If I studied these people who put this play together, man, these folks was not friends. They said, we're going to get together and make a Declaration of Independence. These folks were not homeboys. That was all rich men from South Carolina, Maryland. We're going to get together in this room, and we're going to come up with this today, and we're going to make it work. Either or, death or high water.
And they
Matter
still
of fact,
building on that same
give
plan.
us liberty or give us death.
Let me say this. This happened. This actually happened to me last week. I was at the service station stores that the Arabs run in our community, right? And so I was inside of the store. It was on 12th Street, 12th and Woodrow. And it was in the morning time, and there was both black and white customers in there. So I was passing out my B.O.B.L.R. flyers, and I was passing them out to the black people. And so the Arab behind the counter said, so those are only for blacks? And I said, yes. He said, so they only for blacks? I said, yes. He said, so what? We're animals? We don't get a chance to. I said, well, if you read the flyer, you'll see why it's just for blacks. I don't have time to read the flyer. You tell me, why is it just for blacks? So I said, well, this is a violence reduction strategy that we implemented among our own people. So we got a very high rate of self-murder in our community as a result of the self-hatred that we experience that your community does not. That's why this is just for blacks. He said, oh.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now, do you understand why Black Lives Matter? Yeah. Everybody's house ain't on fire.
You know
what I'm saying?
But see, here's why that is important. Because they do us like that. Whenever we come up with strategy or come up with a plan or even an idea that's just for our community, they make us feel bad and to back away from pursuing our own best interests. We can't do nothing that's just for our people because they're going to say, well, why are you just doing it just for black people? Well, how come you include the world?
Yeah, all lives matter.
Yeah, all lives. And so that makes us then not pursue our own best interests. Our condition is not the same. You can't diagnose me and give it to you.
Yeah.
We're the most peculiar people on the planet.
But all that stuff has been taught to us, though, brother. We've been taught how to be that crazy. And it's all because of how they sit up and pour all this alien information in our system. And then we act it out. And then don't know about it. Now, ain't no way in the world, if you're going to have a country in America that's about 3,000 by 5,000 miles, and in every city, only the black community is experiencing high levels of violence?
Somebody put that play together. You got 4 million free black people. And they don't even have a state. How they end up getting separated anyway? How we end up in Waukegan, Cleveland, Detroit, LA? We 4 million in the South free. Why did I leave?
But that's the only species. We're the only species that could be doing that and not get a question.
Like, if
the black bears were killing each other.
Like, what's going on with the black bears?
What's going on with the black bears?
Man, it could be mosquitoes. We have the mosquitoes is killing each other out here. The ants ain't working right.
Yeah. Anything.
But the black people,
business as usual.
Normal.
Business as usual. No, something is going on.
Yeah.
Something's afoot. And I say this: you got 3 pots on the stove boiling. Let's say you cooking hot dogs. 3 pots on the stove boiling. And one of those pots is boiling over. What's your problem?
The one boiling over.
What's causing it?
It's too hot.
It's right. Yeah. In other words, any abnormality has a reason for it. Something produces the abnormality. Abnormalities don't exist naturally. Something exists. Something is producing it. So that fire's too high up under the one pot that's boiling over. What's the fire that's causing our community to exist the way it is? I'm suggesting to you that the root of it is self-hatred, which is at the root. Now, you know the root is below the ground.
Yes.
It's not on the surface. So this is a deep conversation, which we're not having. And I'm saying, let's have this conversation about self-hatred, how we got taught this self-hatred, and why it is being manifested among the poorest communities in America, especially the poor black community.
So if somebody want to holler at you, want to get down with the movement, want to like just be a part of it, want to help, like what's
Here's what we're about to do, the next round for B.O.B.L.R. We've had these billboards out for the last 2 months. We're getting ready to do another 2 months worth of billboards. And what we're going to add to the flyer and to the billboard is going to say, reverse the curse. B.O.B.L.R, join the movement. But it's going to say, reverse the curse.
Reverse the curse.
And we're going to get, right now, the only people that have been literally passing out. I thought for sure I brought some of my buttons with me. But we got buttons. We're going to deputize people. We got a button, and the button looks just like this right here.
I'm trying to be a deputy.
Yeah,
I know
I
you're
was
going to be
gonna say, you can count on
the
the Black Quit movement, Black Before Crack.
And the button says, I'm in the movement.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you're going to be able to reach out to me and get a stack of B.O.B. flyers. And as you go along your regular day, pass out a flyer.
Plant these seeds.
That's right. And so we think it's more effective when we letting individuals do it. Okay? You know, it's that personal thing. Because what happens is, it's just like when I pass out the flyer, this brother told me at the service station the other day, he said, man, I seen this somewhere before. That's what those billboards do.
Program.
They put that thought in their head because you see it and you say that, you know, and it's in there, but you keep moving.
That statement, reverse the curse. Once you add that, that's a powerful statement.
Yes, sir.
That's a powerful statement.
Reverse the curse, B.O.B.L.R. And then but right now, the one thing I didn't want to do and implement at all is to have meetings and dues and all of that. Mm-hmm. No, this is just an appeal that we're making. Planting seeds to the community. We're going to appeal, and then we're going to see a difference in the way individuals start doing. Just be conscious of it. Mm-hmm. Be conscious of black-on-black love and respect. So you'll be able to reach out to Brother Wayne. You can be able to come by my spot to the on 12th and Peyton Street and get you some flyers and get you and I want to leave y'all with a button that says I'm in the movement.
Man, we hands
We'll,
on.
we'll make sure I want to go live from your location the next time we able to sit down and talk with you. But you definitely got the real underground radio support, Black Quit as well as Black Before Crack, because we need to change the narrative, and these seeds need to be. That's how we started. That's how we started.
And I'm so grateful, brother. I appreciate you guys. I've been listening while I've been here. You had a brother on before we came in here.
LT.
LT was kicking it. He was shouting out. Yeah. He was shouting out Yahweh and Jehovah and so he was saying the truth. And then y'all, I can tell, is sticking with the truth, brother. And that's how it's happening. And I'm gonna tell you this because I'm very positive about the condition that we're in and how we're moving out of it. I'm gonna tell you this. It's as gradual as night turning into day.
You don't even realize it happened. It ain't like this, no. But next thing you know,
that's right. You done worked before. It's that gradual, brother. Yeah. And that's what's going on. It's a gradual thing happening. All these candles lighting other candles. Yeah. And y'all are candles. And y'all lighting other candles. For sure. And before you know it, it's gonna be daylight.
It's a process, for
yes,
sure.
Sir.
I mean, we on the inside looking out, and it make me feel good to even talk to you. It made me feel good for the last brother we had last week. We was in Memphis and we ran into some brothers on the same thing. We had a young lady from Atlanta who came through, and these is people who bringing this idea up that we ain't even saying nothing to them. We're like, yeah, we on that same thing, man. We glad you, you know. So I'm seeing that the sanctuary is even forming in its own.
It ain't even just a physical sanctuary.
It's an emotional sanctuary. That's what we need, because the revolution won't be televised. And if they find out we doing it, they're gonna infiltrate.
One of my men that works with us, he's on vacation and he went to Miami. And he said, brother, I went to, what's the brother name that used to do he had a couple of hits. Trick Daddy. He said he went to Trick Daddy's restaurant. And he passed out some B.O.B. flyers. He said people in the restaurant were like, damn, man, we need this right here. You know, they was going off on B.O.B.L.R. Yeah. Right, where do we get this? How can we want to be with this right here? And so it is. It's a message that we can see it already. It's going to blow up all over the country because it's basic. So what we're going to end up doing is going to be like, right now, Pine Bluff is reaching out. So we're going to do B.O.B.L.R. Pine Bluff.
Hey, my guy, Nate Baker in the comment, he do a show up here on Wednesday. They do a talk show, but he's definitely a guy that we could probably plug in to help you reach out into the Pine Bluff community.
Yes, sir.
We got West Memphis with Conscious Minds.
We got Conscious Mind. Hey,
Newport. Listen, we got a whole network.
It really can
we can do this, man.
Change the world.
That's right. We can do this. And it's what I love about it is it's up to us.
I like to change this can to must, because if we don't, we gonna perish.
That's right. Sure, that's right. But it's up to us. We don't need permission from nobody to do this. Yeah. We don't have to do nothing but be conscious of the fact that we need to start treating each other with more love.
First step.
And more respect.
The first step.
And
that's easy. It don't require nothing.
That's big too. And that's another thing that I'm adding, because it seems like there's something different that comes with the use of the word brother. We need to start saying brother again. How you doing, brother?
Yeah.
How you doing, sister?
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
Words are powerful.
It lets me know, and it lets me embrace that even though I don't know that we related, I know we related.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not your counterpart that said, yeah, my family's from Ireland. My grandpa came over here with nothing. I don't know where my folks came from. They could be from Congo. They could be Liberia. They could be from the Toltec. They could have already been here. But cause I don't know, as long as me and him calling each other brother, we related.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna never have a problem with him, and he ain't gonna never have a problem with me that we can't discuss.
That's
before
exactly
I have to
right.
come to fisticuffs or want to
That's
kill my
right.
own brother.
That's right.
But as long as I'm saying nigga,
That's right.
you a nigga. Yeah.
That's the word that precedes it.
Yeah.
I kill you, nigga.
I kill you, nigga. Hoe ass nigga.
I kill you, brother. Don't sound right.
That don't sound right.
It don't
I kill you, brother.
Like what? We supposed to better
I
talk
ain't
about
taking
this.
this serious.
And the other thing that happens is that when I put these flyers out, like I do restaurants, everywhere I go, just wherever you happen to be and your people are there, it's almost like they about ready to lift me up on their shoulder. It's like, hey, I appreciate that.
The
bro.
world is getting tired. The world is even getting tired of this murder music. I'm seeing too many people get
That's
like, I'm
right.
just tired of it. I'm
They
just
say it.
tired.
They say it. They say, yeah, this is, man, I thank you, brother. I mean, they really do. It's like, wow, okay.
They can't keep sensationalizing our culture.
No,
like,
man.
like that, the sensationalize of black men is criminal, black men is thugs,
Right.
black women is hoes. That is dead. It's dying.
And it's got to be
It's
painful,
dying.
man. It's got to hurt us, man.
Even the youth feel some type of way about it. Like, and one more time for our sponsor for the show.
For sure.
Black Beauty Vibrations.
Take that with you, Brother Burt.
Botanica.com.
Since it's
Miss
in the
Ebony
process with
Irby.
that.
She came through with the King
Process.
vibes. This natural male enhancement, male stimulant, male feel good pill. We're gonna be able to tell you about it next week. We may
Next
have
week.
Brother Burt call in
And it's natural. See,
Yeah,
I like the natural things.
if he called us, I got 2 on the way. We're gonna just hang up on him and get back to our regular scheduled program. But y'all tap in with Black Beauty Vibrations, Botanica.com, Miss Ebony Irby. She has Purple Sea Moss, the Glow Up, King Vibes, Good Kitty Vibes for the ladies.
Good kitty vibes.
Good kitty vibes. I want to, if you ain't got a good kitty, get with Ebony. She can help you get a good kitty. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we're gonna post info on the Instagram.
Let me say that I want to invite you guys to my show. I do a radio show every Sunday morning at 8:30, from 8:30 to 9:30 on KBF.
88.3.
It's called Respect for Life, and this is year 28
28 years.
Man.
that we've been doing the show. And of course we got a big audience because we've been doing it for so long, but it's Black Talk Radio. What I say is it's Black Talk Radio, what you don't get enough of. Lots of talk radio, but very little of it is Black Talk. And that's what we are. And we let people call up and give their opinions as well. So I'm going to invite you brothers out. I thank you all for letting me come here. And I want y'all to come out and we do something very similar to what we just did here tonight.
I would love to come out. Just let me know the date.
We locked in. We
Yeah,
locked in,
I would
man. We locked in for life, man. The
Let's do it.
movement is up in the air. Put that website out there one time too.
Yes, sir. And you can find out more. The website is getting ready to get better because I'm going to be my man here. He's going to work with me on the website.
For sure, for sure.
But we got a landing
But
page.
it's a landing page
It's
right
up
now
right
where
now.
you can stay tuned and keep posting.
That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
B-O-B-L-R.net. B-O-B-L-R.net. Don't use the search engine because you use the search engine, you're not going to find it. Search engine's not taking you there yet. You just punch in B-O-B-L-R.net and then you'll come up, you'll see the flyer, and then you'll see what's written on the flyer, and that's the landing page. But come back because, boy, I got some ideas, and we're going to use that.
You got any social media page yet?
No, sir.
Not yet. So on the way, social media page.
If you're dealing with dirt in 30 days or less, we'll have your social media page. We'll have
my man.
your website and everything.
Yes, sir.
BOBLR.net. Mr. Burt, we want to thank you for coming through. Definitely.
Brother Wayne.
Excuse me, Brother Wayne. Excuse me.
I don't even. Of course, I'm a history major, and I know good and well that name don't belong to me. B-U-R-T. That's my family name.
Brother Wayne.
What did Malcolm say when he was asked the question? He said, "Well, what's your name?" He said, "Well, I don't know my name."
I don't know my name.
Well, what's your father's name? He didn't know
He
his
didn't know
name.
his name either. Well, what did they call him? He didn't go by something? Like, he trying to put me in the corner. He don't know.
Yeah. No, he said,
His other name, his
Malcolm said, "I never even consider it. I never even speak of it."
I think I'm gonna start going by Brother Darren. I'm just gonna drop my last name off.
I call him Charleston Black.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know who Charleston White is. They do to making all the controversy, but he the opposite of Charleston Black. With the it's a long story, but yeah, I call him Charleston Black.
Well, brothers, I definitely appreciate you cats, man. I'm grateful I had a chance to come up here and kick it with y'all. And I'm open, and like I said, I'm gonna let y'all know when y'all can come up with Respect for Life on Sunday morning now, 8:30.
8:30.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I
so-
make sure I have to go to bed early.
That's what I mean.
I have to earn my school clothes. I lay everything
I
out.
give y'all a couple of Sundays to get ready.
Yeah, you got to. You have to.
Yeah, for
I got to
real.
prepare myself at 8:30, man. You know what I'm
Easter
saying?
speech.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey man, shout out to everybody who's tapped in with us and tuned in. Nate been on here the whole time. Rich Bate been on here. Cornice Johnson. I see Miss Ebony Irby is in the comments right now. Make sure y'all tap in with her. Who else on this thing?
Frank,
Man, everybody appreciate y'all
Flex
for
Clayton.
tuning in.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me put my internet, my email address out just in case somebody want to hit me. respectforlife@comcast.net. That's respect, the number 4, life at comcast.net. That's Brother Wayne. respectforlife@comcast.net.
Community activist, B.O.B.L.R. Organizer.
Yes, sir.
Person, y'all, if y'all trying to make a difference in the world, holler at him. If you forget, holler at me and I get you in contact with him.
Me too.
We got a lot going on, man. If y'all want to be part, first off, just know that the movement starts with you when you look in the mirror. All you got to do is just start showing a little bit more love every day when you go outside and you are involved with the movement. You in the trenches. First, that's the first step. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
But we going to get back to black before crack.
And
That's
if you
right.
tuned in, you do not have a choice. Either you're going to be over here or you're going to be over there. It's coming. It's coming. You don't have a choice. The line in the sand is drawn.
Pick a
Either you're
side.
going to be over here or you're going to be over there. And if you over there, I can't tell you what them folk going to do to you. I can tell you what they already done to us.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what they going to do to you. But I know what we want to do over here, and it ain't got nothing to do with what they doing to us over there.
You dig? Hey man, we finna get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We gonna get y'all some news, clues, tools,
And some moves.
and some moves that you can use. You feel me? And we about this thing, man.